Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold. Faking the give, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Roquan Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over.
Watch the pass.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. Third down here. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Newton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 63 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
forced out to his left. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Newton. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And out now come the Vikings. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they were
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to launch this thing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready? We're set, ready? No. And let's get this,
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Stepping up, he's Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season. tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
To throw is Darnold. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On 1st and 10, Darnold throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the ground, it's Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Able to get away. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where...
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Newton now to throw. Caught by Allen. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
On 1st down, Darnold. Washington's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Darnold, and that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Darnold. And incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play, because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. Darnold now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but it's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now this throw caught left side. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down. Newton, he's got his man. This is Tate. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Newton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Darqueze Dennard there defensively. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And after the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now Darnold. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. He's going to loft one. Deep left side. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Newton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
On second down now, it's Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So we've reached halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, not get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Newton, flush to his right. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now that play is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you...
Oh, Cohen lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Let's go, Tapper, let's go. We got this, we got this. I get it.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Darnold. And this one complete to Smith. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And that will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Newton, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
From his own goal line, Darnold. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And all the way up to the 49. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Cook. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Darnold now to throw. And he finds Cook. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. The play fake, and it's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Darnold, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Darnold. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still is not. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks. And the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now it's the backup Stafford. He completes it to Tate. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Stafford on first down. Caught by Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Stafford now to throw. He's got his man. This is Tate. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Throwing again at Stafford. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 5-yard touchdown run as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? Throwing is Stafford to the goal line, but it's incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
We got this.
And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
To throw on second down is Darnold. It's complete to Diggs. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that.
It's week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Darnold completes it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now it's Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Pass, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Off of play action, here's Stafford. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford, he's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now it's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Stafford going deep here for Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The Vikings on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return is Cohen. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So Matthew Stafford in the offense. Down by 9. A minute 52 to play. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Stafford. Robinson's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now Stafford.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was trying to get that back to Allen, but now it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One last throw here for Stafford. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. Vikings, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.